Sometimes the mind becomes a cage, and the thoughts are the bars that hold you inside. Every memory, every failure plays again and again, until silence feels impossible. The world outside keeps breaking because the mind inside is already broken. But sometimes wisdom hides in the simplest eyes, and peace wears the face of poverty. This is not just a story, it's a reminder that change begins within. In a quiet village, there lived a man named Ravi. He wasn't poor, but he wasn't happy either. Every morning, he sat by the same tea stall complaining about life. The government is corrupt, he would say. The rich are getting richer. No one helps the poor. He blamed everyone, his boss, his family, his fate, everyone but himself. His friends would nod, sip their tea, and agree, because blaming the world is easier than fixing yourself. One morning, Ravi returned home after losing his job. He threw his bag on the floor. His wife looked at him with quiet disappointment. "I told you," she said softly. "You can't expect life to change if you don't change your ways." But Ravi snapped, "I've tried everything. I work hard, I pray, I hope, and nothing changes." That night, he couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, his mind heavy with anger and self-pity. For the first time, he whispered to himself, "Why does life always do this to me?" And somewhere deep within, a quiet voice replied, "Because you haven't changed the way you see it." The next day, Ravi wandered aimlessly through the market. He saw an old man sitting on the ground, polishing shoes. The man looked tired, his clothes worn out. Yet his face shone with peace. He hummed a song while he worked, smiling at every customer. Curious, Ravi sat beside him. "Don't you get tired?" he asked. The old man laughed. "Of course I do." "Then how can you smile all the time?" Ravi said. "You're poor, working in the sun, and yet you look happy." The old man stopped polishing and looked up. "Because happiness is not in what I have," he said. "It's in how I see what I have." Ravi frowned. "Easy for you to say?" "You don't have much to lose." The man smiled again. "And maybe that's why I don't lose my peace." He pointed to his chest. "If you wait for the world to change, you'll wait forever. But if you change your mind, the world starts to follow." Those words echoed in Ravi's heart all day. That night, he sat alone in silence. No complaints, no blame, just reflection. He realized that he had built a wall around himself. A wall made of excuses, fear, and negativity. He had been waiting for others to open doors without realizing he was holding the key the whole time. The next morning, he did something different. Instead of going to the tea stall, he went for a walk. He noticed the sunrise, something he hadn't done in years. He greeted people with a smile. He offered help to a neighbor. No one changed. The village was still the same, but something inside him had shifted. Days passed. Ravi started small, fixing his routine, learning new skills, being kinder. When negative thoughts came, he replaced them with gratitude, and slowly, opportunities began to appear. He got a small job at a nearby store. He treated customers with respect, worked sincerely, and within months, his employer offered him a promotion. One evening, as Ravi walked home, he saw the same old man sitting by the roadside, still polishing shoes. He walked up, bowed, and said, "You were right. I tried changing my world. It didn't work. But when I changed myself, the world changed too." The old man smiled, his eyes glowing with wisdom. "That's the secret, my son," he said softly. "The world is your mirror. It doesn't show you what you want to see. It shows you what you are inside." From that day onward, Ravi never went back to complaining. When life tested him, he looked within first. When people wronged him, he chose peace over anger. And though he never became the richest man in the village, he became something far greater. A a man at peace with himself. Change is not about moving mountains, it's about moving your mind. You can't always control what happens outside, but you can always control what happens inside. When you change your attitude, your reality starts to transform. Because the truth is, the world doesn't change first, you do. And then everything else follows. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder to look within. And remember, every week, the Motiva Tales brings you stories that move your mind and heal your heart. Subscribe, stay inspired, and never forget, the greatest change begins inside you